Recorded Books and RB Digital present The Chicago Cubs by Rich Cohen. Narrated by Adam Grupper. A quote from Herb Cohen. That team will break your heart. Chapter 1. There's no rooting in the press box. What you want is always out of reach. Sometimes it's miles out of reach. Sometimes you can almost touch it. If you do touch it, you will realize after a week or two that it's not really what you want, that what you really want is still out of reach. This is what I was thinking as I arrived at the press window for the first game of the 2016 National League Championship Series. Wrigley Field beneath a Cub blue sky. Chicago was playing Los Angeles best of 7 to determine who would go to the World Series, which the Cubs had not won since 1908. Sports Illustrated had gotten me a press pass. I had written several stories about the Cubs for the magazine, but I'm not really a sports reporter. I did not know the etiquette. I dressed as I'd always dressed for a Cubs game, like a Cubs fan. At the window, before issuing my credential, the woman behind the glass said, "Take that off." Take what off? The Cubs hat. Why? Because you're a reporter. You're supposed to be neutral. I'm not neutral, I said. I haven't been neutral since 3rd grade. If you want your credential, she said, take it off. There's no rooting in the press box. I went to my first game when I was 8 years old. My favorite part was coming out of the tunnel. The field stretched before me, as the grasslands must have stretched before the first trapper to make it beyond the Alleghenies. Something about all that greenery in the middle of the city. Only when you see it do you realize it's what you've been craving. But what really got me was the players, scattered, playing long toss, the way they threw, how the ball exploded from their hands. If I can ever do anything that well, I told myself, I'll be happy. My pass got me onto the field. I'd never been at Wrigley this late in the season. Every other year, save a handful, the Cubs were basically done by late September. The field was crowded with reporters and celebrities. They gossiped and schmoozed, but got quiet when Kris Bryant, the Chicago third baseman, went into the batting cage. Bryant had just finished his second big league season. He'd won the Rookie of the Year in his first, and would win the MVP for 2016. He's lanky and lean with bright blue eyes, and he smiles all the time. He learned to hit from his father, a minor leaguer who never made it, who'd himself learned from Ted Williams. In Bryant, you see the end of a chain that goes back to a golden age. He bends his knees at the plate, watching the ball all the way to the end of his bat. He swings from his heels, grinning as he makes contact. People in the left field bleachers call to fans in the street, "Bryant's up!" Dozens assemble, adults who have brought their gloves, hoping to snag one of the monster shots he sends onto Waveland Avenue. I ran into Theo Epstein, the 42-year-old president of the Cubs, the man who'd built the team into a contender. Epstein is a star, having taken over as general manager of the Boston Red Sox when he was just 28, and leading them to their first championship in 86 years. In 2011, he moved on to Chicago, as a climber will move from Everest to K2. If he won here, he'd have beaten the game's 2 most storied curses. Yet it was different. He's from Boston, and grew up a Red Sox fan, a local boy made good. He arrived in Chicago as an outsider. Winning with him would be just as sweet, but not quite as pure. Why had it taken a Red Sox fan to finally turn the Cubs around? He was making his way through the crowd, chatting and shaking hands. He's sharp-faced, as fit as one of his players, with dark hair buzzed at the sides and dark, intelligent eyes. He shook my hand. I know his father, Leslie, a terrific novelist. We talked. I said, "They made me take off my Cubs hat." "Who did?" "The people at the press window." "Where is it now?" he asked. "In my bag."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?